Hello, friends. It's the Matt Murphy Radio Show back in studio after a day out and about for the Toy Field out at Nissan Stadium. Had a great time yesterday. I hope you had good times listening to all of the shows, starting with Dan Mandis and Nashville's Morning News. Chris Hand, Chad Benson, and yours truly. But we are back in the house, in the studio, in the friendly confines here at the dead end of Music Road, and we appreciate you being a part of the show today on this Wednesday, December 10, 2025. It's episode 940 of our gathering together today, and we've got lots to get into. We'll have the mayor of Murray County on the show with us a little bit later on, Sheila Butt, to talk about some local issues involving Columbia Water and Middle Tennessee Water. That is coming up at 4:05 this afternoon. We've got a couple of other guests on tap for you. A lot of different subject matters on tap as well. But nothing, I say nothing, is more important than what we have on the Murphy Show hotline right now. Dan Mandis of Nashville's Morning News is on the hotline. You got something for him? You got like a little horn, a little intro, a little... I mean, I feel like there needs to be something that rises to the occasion that is the opening of In-N-Out Burger. There you go. That's good enough for me. Dan Mandis joins us on the show to talk about the glory that is In-N-Out. Hey, Dan.
Hey, man. How are you?
I am great. Is your belly full?
Boy, it is. All right, so let me just, everybody's got the same questions, so I'm going to answer them very quickly.
All right.
From door to burger, 90 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't bad. And the hamburgers and the fries and the shakes, they do taste exactly like L.A. So I was not disappointed in the least. And can I just say...
Exactly like L.A., huh?
Exactly like Los Angeles, yes. They were very good.
That doesn't really sell it, Dan.
Exactly. Well, listen, I've had In-N-Out in L.A.
Uh-huh.
I've had In-N-Out in Las Vegas and in Phoenix, of course, as well. And it all tastes the same. In other words, the quality is the same no matter the state because,
I see.
As you'll recall, they were worried going this far east that the quality might suffer. No quality suffering whatsoever. It was outstanding.
I got confused because when you initially said it tastes exactly like L.A., I assumed that meant that it tasted like homelessness and socialism. But you're saying it doesn't taste like it tastes like the In-N-Out burger. Okay, it tastes the same. I got it now.
It tasted like
yes, got it.
Yes, Matt. Thanks for keeping up.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Yeah. Are you sure? How many shows have you done now?
940 on this radio station, Dan. 940.
Do you think by the time you get to 1,000, it'll actually be good?
Maybe. I'm working up to it. It's a slow work. I mean, I'm working slow at it. Yeah, I know you kid. I know. So here's the deal. 90 minutes door to burger.
Yes.
You're glad you went the first day?
You know what? Yeah. And Amy kind of, kicking and screaming I went because I wasn't really going to go the first day. But she said, no, we're going to go. You've been complaining about this for years.
True.
So now you have to go. So I went. And can I also just say that in talking to the folks at In-N-Out, I don't know if you've heard the stories, but they've moved people out here from other states. And so we're talking to a guy who moved here from Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona. And he was, happy as anything to be in, he lives in Murfreesboro is where he's living, and he is very happy to be there.
Did you tell him not to? Did you tell him not to Arizona or Tennessee? Did you tell him?
No, I didn't. Because you know what? I could tell that he would not be Arizoning or Tennessee. I could tell that he was happy to be here, and everybody was all smiles. And the thing that I noticed was that everybody was so chill. Everybody was just. You had a massive restaurant full of people. I'm reasonably certain they may have been violating a fire code. I'm not sure, but everybody was fine waiting an hour and a half for a hamburger and fries and a shake. And it was, and again, did not disappoint. As a matter of fact, Matt, if you like, I did get some stickers and I can leave one for you.
Really? That's very nice. I'd love a sticker. I'd love a sticker, Dan. Thank you for the sticker. You got an extra burger or maybe some fries? No?
No.
You didn't think about that. But a sticker. Yeah.
Yummy sticker.
Yay.
Got you a sticker, man.
Well, that's nice of you, Dan. Thank you.
Sure.
That's great.
Listen, you and I mean, we have a mandate planned. We're going to go and and you and I are going to go to In-N-Out at some point, and you'll try your first In-N-Out, you said, with me.
Yes, I did say that, but I did ask that we not call it a mandate, if that's at all possible. Could we call it something else?
What about a mandis?
A mandis. We'll call it a mandis state. A mandis state. Yeah.
Listen, whatever you want to call it, as long as it's In-N-Out, I'm there.
So the menu, very simple, right? That's one of the concepts behind In-N-Out is that it's really plain. They don't do anything too fancy. It's just hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, shakes.
Yeah, and animal. So I have never had animal style. So the animal style fries, it had like melted cheese and spread and grilled onions. So animal style, if you're going to take somebody out on a date, don't get animal style because it is disgusting to look at. And I mean, Amy and I sleep in separate rooms anyway because of my hours, but I'd be sleeping on the couch if we were in the same room because she had the grilled onions. And it's been well documented on my show that
Dan,
I can't do onions.
Isn't she sitting right there, Dan?
Maybe
you should
driving. Actually,
maybe you should be quiet right now. She's gonna pull over and put you out.
She's gonna get him, man.
Mandis is like, Amy had those grilled onions, and I know how that goes. What? What are you saying?
She's gonna be sleeping by herself. Also, the other thing I loved was they were giving away In-N-Out hats.
Yeah, they were probably
like
giving away In-N-Out stickers, too, which is the only reason that I got one.
Oh, you know what I have, Matt? Actually, I didn't realize this. Amy actually grabbed an In-N-Out hat, so I can give you an In-N-Out hat if you'd like it.
Oh, you can have a side item with your sticker.
That's nice. I can have a little hat and a sticker and no hamburger. So animal style is a reference to the fries.
It is in reference to the fries, yes. I've never had animal style. I was going to try Amy's animal style, but then I looked at it and I smelled it and I decided not to.
Well, I can't. Several people on the Super Text line, they're wondering how in the world Dan Mandis can call himself an In-N-Out aficionado without ever trying animal style. And I say to each their own, Dan. I'm not attacking you over that. I think it's good. I think you know what you want. What did you have?
So I had a number 3. No grilled onions and no cheese. So the number 3 is basically a hamburger with basically their secret sauce, which is Thousand Island dressing, and tomatoes and
way to ruin the secret,
lettuce.
Dan. I mean,
I'm sorry, but it's not. It's not really a secret. It's just really good, and that's what I had. And then I had the French fries and a chocolate shake, which I was unable to finish, but. And Amy had, as I said, she had the cheeseburger and a strawberry shake and the animal-style fries.
See, I knew there was a
and hopefully the smell will be gone by this weekend, if you know what I mean.
No, Dan, I don't know what you mean. Why don't you tell us? I am certain that I have zero idea what you mean. But here's what I do know. Dan Mandis does not like onions. I know that.
No, I do not like onions at all. As a matter of fact, if you go to McDonald's and they accidentally put onions on my hamburger there, I scrape them off.
Scrape them off, do you?
Dan, I got a question.
I do.
All right, Jackson has a question, Dan.
Dan, how are you a pickle guy on your burger?
No, I don't do pickles. I'm a very simple guy, Jackson. I'm a simple guy with simple taste. I don't like a lot of ingredients.
Simple, plain, boring. Yeah, all of these are synonyms.
Because I think a pickle can make or break a burger.
I agree with you, Jackson.
I think if they cheap out on the pickles, you're in for a worse burger experience.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? I never have hamburger. I never have pickles at In-N-Out. They must have pickles, though. Do they have pickles? Yeah, Amy says yes, they have pickles.
Okay.
So I'm not a pickle guy, but they do have pickles, and I'm sure that they're good. But I've gotten the same, like since I was probably 5 years old, I've been getting the same order since I was 5.
Why does that not surprise me? Why does that not surprise me?
You know what? It shouldn't surprise you. I'll tell you what. I find something good, and I stick with it.
A man of simple pleasures, a man of simple taste. That's why we love you on Nashville's Morning News. And I love the fact that you were willing to call us and let us know how this deliciousness at In-N-Out. Look, I'm not a hater. I know there's a developing minority of haters that are listening on Super Talk 99.7 WTN because they feel like we've been talking about this way too much. And I blame you, Dan. I blame you.
You know what? I got really discouraged this morning when I was doing my radio broadcast because people were throwing hate my way just for mentioning In-N-Out. And I may have played the jingle about 15 times.
Yeah. I
Were
mean,
you warm at least?
Yeah, do you know what was amazing, Matt? And I know that you'll be able to. I know Jackson will appreciate this.
uh-huh.
You know those warmers that they have, like on the big stand, kind of a thing,
Yeah.
like we saw yesterday at
Toy Field, yeah.
the Toy Field. They had the same warmers at In-N-Out, except in In-N-Out they actually worked.
Did they have hot water available for your coat throat?
You know what? Luckily, I didn't need any hot water for the throat coat. I was not talking too much in line, but and by the way, I'm pretty sure there were some WTN listeners there because I got a couple of head nods from strangers.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that was random or not. Otherwise, I was getting
they knew what they were
random
doing.
head nods from people.
They knew what they were
Anyway,
doing.
yeah.
They gave you the old, I mean, you know the radio head nod, like, what's up? I know what's up. You know what's up. Let's just say what's up. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, that's exactly right. Let's all be cool, but we'll give the knowing head nod. And by the way, one more thing about the folks at In-N-Out. It started raining. They had umbrellas for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was very cool.
I mean,
the only thing they need is a fast pass.
I mean, once again, I'm trying to be Switzerland, but the way that you talk about In-N-Out is very, very cultish.
Oh, stop it.
No.
It's like the Chick-fil-A of
No,
burgers. That's what it is.
You sound like, remember the episode of Seinfeld where George Costanza's boss became one of the cleaners at the cleaning company? The world must be vacuumed, and we will vacuum it. That's the way you sound. They had umbrellas, Matt, and they had heaters that worked, and the shakes are delicious.
Well, they are, and they are, and they are. And Jackson, okay, you need to send Jackson. See, I'm not the PD anymore. I can tell you to do this.
Okay.
You need to send somehow Jackson over to an In-N-Out, and I bet you if he leaves right now,
Today's
he would
the
be
day.
able to get a hamburger by 7.
Today's the day, right, Jackson? RJ's back there. He's got your back. Maybe tomorrow?
It's so far.
What do you mean it's so far? I'm buying. This is a great idea that Dan Mandis has just presented. Dan Mandis has finally come up with a good idea, and we're not going to execute on it?
We'll take it under consideration.
Wow.
that was for the episode 940 shot. That was all that was. That was just me lashing back. That was just me lashing back. Well,
By the way, if Super Talk TV is working tomorrow for Nashville's Morning News because it wasn't working today, you will see that I bought an In-N-Out sweatshirt for $45
because you were cold.
I may be rather cultish. Once I said that, I realized I may be part of a cult.
You were you cold?
But
Dan?
you know what? Matt?
Chilly?
Instead of Kool-Aid, we're drinking shakes.
How many flavors?
3.
3: strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. And I have the chocolate.
Well, I love Amy because I love Amy for a number of reasons. One, because she's making you cool again. Cool, not again. She's making you cool. Number 2, she likes strawberry shakes, and I am a huge strawberry shake fan. So I'm all in on that.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
very good. But you're kind of snooty about your hamburgers.
I am not. I'm not. I'm willing to give it a go.
Actually, you know what, Matt? I just realized you can't go to In-N-Out. You know why? Because everything, you have to drink it with a straw, and you don't drink things with a straw.
I don't.
Remember the last time I was on the air with you and you said that?
I don't drink things on.
Yeah,
I don't do
did.
straws. But see, this is the thing that I'm talking about. See, I'm open to In-N-Out, but you In-N-Out cultists, because I'm not all in. I'm not 100%. You're like one of these purity people. Like if you're not all in, then you're against us.
Do you know what I said to Amy? Do you know what I said to Amy after my second bite of my In-N-Out hamburger? I did confirm that I said this. I said, I think Murphy might be kind of snooty.
I'm not snooty.
She's laughing because she knows it's true.
I'm not snooty.
You are. You're a snooty food person. You're a snooty foodie. That's what you are.
A snooty foodie.
Yes,
oh my Lord!
This
is a cult. They put something in these burgers. Dan Mandis with the sass. Good gracious!
Oh, man.
All right. Well,
anyway, it was really good, and you and I will have a Dan Mandis date at some point.
Well, 100%. And I'm glad you got a toy with your meal.
Yes, and a $45 sweatshirt.
And a $45 sweatshirt, which you will wear tomorrow. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Check me out on Super Talk TV if it's working. I'll be wearing my sweatshirt.
All right. In-N-Out Burger owes us a lot of money for this 15-minute commercial. Okay, Dan, thank you for calling us.
All right,
see you later. There's Dan Mandis with Amy Mandis, and he's with Nashville's Morning News, and then there you go. All right, we're going to do that in a second.
I want to do it now.
You want to do it right? It's 21 after the hour.
Yes,
I'm supposed to say on time.
You know what?
Okay, you're saying to hell with it?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you've got an announcement to make in there?
I do.
Okay.
RJ, will you hand me what is to your right?
Y'all, I hope you're watching on Talk Television, because this is a big one. This is a big deal. Hey, Weaver, you looking at this?
Son of a biscuit eater.
Look at that thing. You know what that is, Ken Weaver?
That looks like a trophy.
That is a huge trophy that you can see on Super Talk TV, on a variety of platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. Jackson, you have an announcement with said trophy?
I have lots of things. This is from Dr. Mitch.
Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley over there at the Nashville Wellness Institute.
Yes, sir.
This is a letter addressed to me, so Matt, be quiet.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Jackson, every champion needs a trophy to display his greatness and achievements. We all know this. So let's start with you.
Whoa.
This means you are the first emperor, first pharaoh, the king of sports knowledge, first of his name, House of Williams, and first ever Nincompoops champion.
What? That's a Nincompoop champion trophy?
We appreciate all you guys at Radioland, and thank you, Jackson, for making us all laugh while commuting. This is the rules of the Nincompoop rotating trophy as established by your king. Whoever has the most wins for the Nincompoop Stories of the Week will hold the trophy for the following week or until overthrown. Of course, Feels Like Matt Murphy Show must approve this and stamp his official seal of approval for weekly winners. If he cancels this weekly trophy for any reason, I can take it home and sit it on my desk for my permanent glory and reflection of what could have been. From Dr. Mitchell and Wellness Institute of Nashville.
Wow. So we now have an official Nincompoops in the news.
Look at this thing. This thing is
trophy.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And there's a king's crown
There's
on
a crown on it. Take that crown off that. All right, so set the trophy down and take that. See what you can do about getting that crown off and see if that crown fits on that big old head of yours, Jackson.
Way to go, Dr. Mitch.
What about Dr. Mitch? Oh, man, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Play that trumpet, Brother Jackson.
Yeah, one more time.
There we go.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Jackson.
This crown has some heft to it. This is not your dollar store crown. This
No,
isn't
sir.
even a Party City crown. This is a real crown.
That's a real deal crown.
That is.
Yes.
That's got real fake gems in it.
I've got a lot of power right now.
You do? Yeah, you do. What about that? All right, take the crown off because you're making me insanely nervous because I'm fearful that you're going to just dump that and it's going to break. Read what the trophy says because the trophy is pretty badass. The trophy's huge, and the trophy has heft, too. I mean, this is not – Dr. Mitchell does everything in a classy fashion at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. This is not some slip-shot operation. He has put this together for us.
The trophy reads, Nincompoops Best Storyteller Champion. No story is too bizarre. Ultimate Weekly Championship Nincompoops.
Love that.
I love this.
I'm actually going to have to put effort into Nincompoops in the news now because I want to win that trophy. I want some of that trophy in my life. Hold that up to everyone.
I'm going to steal it.
No, you're not stealing it.
I mean, like the power.
You and Ken are going to win it every week. Y'all are going to trade it back and forth weekly. That's what happens there because nobody votes for me because nobody likes me.
You won yesterday or the day before.
I did win the day before.
Well, that fellow who says he got picked up by the flying saucers.
That's true. Yeah,
that was yesterday.
That was yesterday I won.
I was out at Toy Field.
I get to go first. Wait, so am I?
No, it's the weekly.
Oh,
yeah. You got to. We got to vote. Count them all up for the week.
Mm-hmm. That means that we actually have to start officially keeping score.
Yes,
because there's no more.
This is
forgetting.
so nice.
It's so nice. I feel like this formalizes the event. That's pretty cool. That's a good looking trophy. Thank you to Dr. Mitchell. Thank you to everyone at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. We appreciate them for everything they do for our health and our pain. But that's pretty darn cool. I love that. You could drink beer out of that thing, I think, Jackson.
You could.
I mean, if you wanted to. Yeah.
It wouldn't be very much beer, but you could say you had beer out of a trophy.
I love everything about it. All right, thank you to Dr. Mitchell. That's pretty darn cool. That is the Nincompoop in the News weekly trophy, and it will be presented Fridays on the Matt Murphy Show in honor of the Wellness Institute of Nashville and Dr. Mitch and Dr. Ashley and the rest of the crew. That's pretty good. And Nadine has just written in on the chat saying, you boys have always needed to put a little actual effort into the scoreboard. You're right. It was all, Ken?
Yes, sir.
It was all fun and games until there's a trophy involved.
Yeah. Well, and Jackson always says, I won.
I know.
Feels like 98.
No more of that crap. There's going to be some actuaries
It
going
feels like
over.
98 in the producer's booth right now.
There will be some math going on. There will be an accounting firm. Price Waterhouse is coming up in here, and they're going to be judging who wins and who loses.
We're
Not
going
you
to build
anymore,
this
Jason.
program as a championship program.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Okay.
Yes, and
yeah.
the Vols hired a defensive coordinator. I got this trophy, a crown. I'm having a great day. Nothing you can say can bring me down.
I've tried to figure out something to say about the playoffs, and I couldn't come up with anything.
Nope, I don't care.
You don't care. You got a trophy. You got a crown.
Got a defensive coordinator. We're doing good.
Oh, man. Good for y'all. Y'all are doing better than the city of Columbia. There's a water vote happening tomorrow, and we're going to talk about that next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Matt Murphy and the Matt Murphy Radio Show. It is 39 minutes after the hour. Glad to have you along for the ride. Coming up in just a little bit, about 4:05 today, we will welcome Sheila Butt to the show. She is the mayor of Murray County down Columbia way. Not to be confused with the mayor of Columbia, which is Chaz Moldy Mulder. But Sheila knows what's going on when it comes to the situation involving Columbia. And I think all of us need to understand what's going on because it might ultimately impact all of us. Columbia is considering a water rate hike. And when I say all of us, here's what I mean. That they are expanding their ability to provide water in Middle Tennessee with a new intake and a treatment plant. This is a local story that hasn't made, I don't know, a lot of news, but it should because it could impact your water rates by up to 150% for the next 5 years. And they're voting on this deal like tomorrow night. So here's the background story. Columbia's city council is considering a bill that would raise water rates up to 20% per year for 5 years to pay for a new, what they call drought-resistant, disaster-resistant intake from the Duck River and a water treatment plant. The way that this would happen, it's my understanding, is they would borrow the money from the state and they would have to repay the state. The rate increase would affect Columbia Power and Water Systems' 27,000 customers, would impact customers of other water systems that purchase water from Columbia Power and Water Systems. Columbia's water utility currently sells water wholesale to systems in Murray County, Spring Hill, Mount Pleasant, and that serves roughly another 35,000 customers combined. So this is impacting some 60-plus thousand homes in our area. Columbia Power and Water Systems also requested the City Council increase the water impact fees, a fee paid by the new water customers to help cover the cost associated with increased demand. According to the Tennessee Lookout, Columbia Power and Water, their rate and impact fees would allow Columbia's water utility to secure federal and state low-interest, long-term loans. They're borrowing money needed to finance the majority of what used to be. I was told yesterday this project several years ago was listed at about $260 million. Now it's $520 million. These loans require substantial stress tests to ensure the utility will be able to pay back the funds in a timely fashion. Columbia Power and Water Systems President and CEO Jonathan Hardin said that anticipated growth in the utility's customer base and increased income from higher new customer impact fees cannot be considered in the loan process. Several members of the public, including Murray County commissioners who spoke about the potential impact to their constituents, urged the council to pause and consider other options that would place less burden on citizens, particularly those on fixed income. Gabe Howard, for example, who represents District 8 on the Murray County Commission, said he supports the higher impact fee proposal, but that fee should have been raised years ago to better distribute the cost of the system expansion among those who contributed to the increased demand. Bottom line is this. Here's what I don't like about this. Right now, Mount Pleasant and some of the surrounding communities, they're buying water from Columbia Power and Water. And those that use the water in Mount Pleasant and in Spring Hill and in unincorporated Murray County will see their rates increase, but they don't really have any say in any of this, right? Except to go to their local communities and demand that they buy water from someplace else. I've not been, and I could be, I'm trying to be neutral on this until I learn a little more about it, and maybe Sheila Butt has some information for us, but I'm not entirely convinced that this demand merits the expenditure of $520 million additional dollars to create an intake and another treatment plant so Columbia Power and Water can have somewhat of a monopoly. Vice Mayor Randy McBroom said Columbia Power and Water would have to come to the council every year with an independent study to see an annual rate increase. The council reviewed the proposal during a study session ahead of the bill's first consideration December 10th. That is today. Public hearings would be scheduled for January 8th, 2026. So we'll talk with the Murray County mayor in just a little bit about this subject, but it is of local interest to the people in this region, in the Middle Tennessee region, but it will impact residually because I promise you, water rates start going up and other water rates will start going up, and it will ultimately impact a lot of us in our community. Columbia Power and Water System draws its and I'm trying to do my background as we talk about this because I'm learning as we go. Columbia Power and Water System draws its water supply from the Duck River. We've long talked about the Duck River. We talked about the Duck River with Jamie Gilliam with the Columbia Dam Now project. Droughts and increasing demand for larger water withdrawal have put additional stress on the river. Governor Bill Lee issued an executive order last November, creating an advisory group tasked with identifying ways to protect the river while addressing water needs. The group issued its first recommendation last month, including a feasibility study for a pipeline to the Tennessee River, as well as raising the level of the reservoir created by Normandy Dam to collect more water during the wet season. Plans for the new intake site and treatment plant have been underway for a decade. Tennessee Valley Authority first issued a report on the need for downstream intake to meet the region's growing water needs in 2001. The Duck River echoed the finding in 2011. Look, I try to be open-minded. I'm not so narrow-minded to suggest that this might not be necessary. But I just wonder why it is that this is the first. Maybe this isn't the first that y'all are hearing about this project. It's kind of the first that I'm hearing about the project this week. And so we're trying to get our sea legs underneath us before this anticipated vote tomorrow night. 615-737-9986. Gordon has a thought on this. Gordon, thank you for your call. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Yeah, the figures you're throwing out there, $520 million divided by 60,000 customers. I think I got those numbers right. Do I?
I'm sorry. Say it again, Gordon.
They're proposing to borrow $520 million.
Right.
Spread across 60,000 customers, if my numbers are correct that you said.
Yeah, roughly, yes.
That comes out to $9,000 per customer. What are we building here? A gold-plated water plant? Come on, man, $9,000 per customer? Does that seem right to y'all?
I mean, it's a lot of money. I mean, they have to do a new treatment plant. That's going to cost money. I mean, I'm not justifying the cost. I'm just trying to understand it like you, Gordon.
Yeah, $9,000. I mean, come on, man. That's like this 9 years water bill, approximately, isn't it? How much is an average water bill down in Columbia for a month?
You know, I don't know. That's one of the I'm going to ask Sheila Butt this question about the amount that's currently, the average amount that's currently being charged to customers of Columbia Power and Water, and how they expect that to go up year to year.
Yep. if my math is correct, they're talking $9,000 per customer for this plant. That seems crazy to me.
No, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But, these things cost. I mean, once again, I'm not justifying the cost, Gordon, but sadly, there was a time I remember. I don't remember when this really was, but it kind of goes to your point, Gordon, that there was a time when I thought $1 million was a lot of money. And at some point in the last 15 or so years, $1 million became $1 billion. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, go to any customer down there in that water district and say, hey, we're going to build you a better water plant, give you better water. But first thing you got to do is give us $9,000 up front, and then we're going to charge you for your water on top of that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work very well. Well, no. Gordon, I like you. I'm very confused. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to draw some attention on this matter. I think it's a very important local matter. And we don't talk about local issues, frankly, as much as we perhaps should. We get caught up in some of the national news, and there's a lot of national news going on, too, and we're going to catch you up with that as well as we move forward today. James is next up. James, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm very familiar with a lot of the processes you're talking about and the funding. Just to give you an idea, I did work for the state for a time, and I do know the city of Memphis is going to require $1 billion worth of infrastructure over the next 20 years. So, these numbers you're throwing out there, especially with what they're trying to do, are, while not insignificant, these are loans that are paid over 30 years at very low interest rates. That's probably going to be run through the SRF program. I
lost you just it's going to be run through the what?
State revolving fund program. So
right.
There's sometimes principal forgiveness in these programs, depending on whom you're serving. So, yes, these numbers are quite large, but they're typically paid over 30 years. The other thing I'd want to discuss is the growth that's in that area. And Middle Tennessee has been under a tremendous amount of pressure to develop water resources, and these areas have really outbuilt what they can provide. There really needs to be a change in the psychology of things like irrigation and water reuse, so that we can make sure we're utilizing this resource instead of just, throwing it out with the sewer.
So you're suggesting that we don't have enough water to meet the demand that we currently need?
The infrastructure is not there, but this water is going to be your most precious resource in the next 20 years because of the growth. And a lot of these streams and rivers, some of them, like the Little Harpeth, are almost at capacity for your withdrawal so that you don't adversely affect, fishing, recreation, and other wildlife.
I don't pretend that I have the knowledge that you do, James, on some of these things. So I'm not going to suggest to that. But I would say that I've been doing this job for like 25 years. And 25 years ago, I remember people telling me that we were going to run out of water in 25 years.
Sorry.
I mean, you know what I mean?
I agree. But I will tell you this. I worked for Spring Hill for a period of time and was there when we had to tell people they couldn't irrigate because we couldn't keep enough potable water in the water tanks to prevent fires.
Yeah.
So we have to start rethinking a little bit about how we use this resource. I'm not saying stop, but we got to become better stewards.
Well, I don't disagree with you there, James, that we obviously need to protect that which God has given us on his green earth. I would obviously agree with you there. And if there are better ways to I'm not against any of that. Like, some people just automatically in a reflex way they're against recycling. Why would you be against recycling? I mean, recycling just seems to be a no-brainer. If you can take aluminum that you used for something or another and then repurpose it and use it again and do so in the free market in a way that the free market dictates how these things work, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I mean, that's common sense to me. If we can reuse wood, if we can, whatever it might be, it just makes sense that we would do good on God's green earth reusing those materials that take so long to build. So if water is one of those things where we can better utilize draining and better utilize runoff, and I don't pretend to understand the engineering behind it, but if you can recycle that and repurpose it and use it again for other purposes, I'm all about it. I'm listening. But I don't like the idea of individuals being charged 150% more on their water bills without having some sort of voting say in the matter, which feels like what is about to happen in Columbia and the surrounding communities. It's 53 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. 9482 says, I'm against forced recycling. I'm against forced recycling, too. I would prefer volunteer recycling. Nobody said, I mean, I don't necessarily think that we should force recycling. I think we should all, recycling just seems to be a no-brainer to me. But in terms of government forcing it, no, I disagree with that I disagree with that level of government fiat. But, why wouldn't we want to recycle? If you convince me that we can recycle plastics and those things do not go into we either do that or you bury it and it just sits there for a gajillion years or whatever it is. That's fine too. I know people don't seem to care, but I do. I like to keep our backyard clean. I'm not an environmentalist do-gooder. I just like to keep the backyard clean. And, we have a tendency of trashing our backyard up. I think if we thought more about it, we would do more to, do the things to recycle the incredible, wonderful things that God has placed on earth for us, mankind. I think Jason's on the line on the water issue. We got Sheila Butt coming on the line on the water issue. We got Mike and Martin and Maurice. We'll get to all of you coming up in a moment. 1 hour down, 3 to go. It is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. You're listening to Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Thank you.